What it's like to travel on a stand-up airplane seat. I am testing out the newest version of Italian seat manufacturer Avio Interior's infamous standing. Last year, at the same conference, Avio Interiors. Now it's back. First things first, Gaetano Perugini, engineering advisor at Avio Interiors, is keen to stress that the concept's not about creating cattle. Usually, the only way for an airline to reach maximum capacity is outfitting their aircraft entirely with economy seats. The Skyrider takes so. The design was first proposed back in 2010, but had some structural issues that prevented it from taking off. The second version, which premiered in 2018, evolved the design, featuring a pole to keep the seat in place. This new edition is pole-free. Perugini says, so what's the likelihood of that actually happening? Perugini says there's been a lot of interest in the seat, although no one has bit the bullet just yet and ordered them. There's one final hurdle for the manufacturers to overcome other than passengers' reactions, that is, if. So for now, the Skyrider's tiny size flaunts the aviation rules and regulation. Could this change? When? CNN Travel's verdict on the Skyrider sitting experience? Well, it's not. Sitting on the mock-ups at Ike's feels a bit like sitting on a bike saddle. Fine for a bit, but I am only there for a few minutes and I can't imagine much longer. Plus, it doesn't seem well suited to every body type, or really any body type. Whether you're tall or even Perugini acknowledges it's not necessarily an enjoyable experience, but he reckons for short haul, say a brief hop across Europe, it might work. I suspect that what you might save on money for your airline ticket, you could find yourself coughing up for physio when you land. Plus, nevertheless, Perugini thinks the seat could take off, and maybe if it was super cheap and as comfy as possible, it might be appealing. There's
Raindrop, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park, pot.